The Battle of Stirling.
The time for minor skirmishes is over. We now prepare for war. The villain Longshanks is poised to cross the River Forth and threaten the town of Stirling with a force of men-at-arms, heavy cavalry, and a multitude of archers. Our newly forged army marches southward to establish our own base and attack the English before they can ready their troops.
Defeat the English army and destroy their watchtower. The scenario begins in a similar way to a random map game. After you play the scenario, you should know all that you need to know in order to play a random map game. That's why I wanted to finish it off on this one then. Because I was waiting for that one, that was the last one. Anyways, keep exploring! The Scots, blue, have come to the village of Stirling to face the English in battle. Across the stone bridge to the west lies the English fort, the Reds.
The time has come to take the offensive. The English have a fort near the town of Stirling. If we can defeat the English here, they may think twice about their invasion of Scotland. To win, destroy the English tower to the west. Before we attack the English to the west, we need to build up our forces. Have your villagers start gathering food and wood.
So yes, we essentially start off with very little, but a couple of villagers and a scout.
Have 10. The more villagers you have, the faster your resources will come in.
So yes.
Cavalry are poor fighters, but they can see a great distance. You can use your scout cavalry to explore the rest of the map and find the English. The hill with the dead tree protects the only access to your town. It would be a good idea to build a watchtower on this hill once you advance to the feudal age. You can specify a location for new units to gather by setting a gather point. For villagers, click the town centre and click the Set Gather Point button.
Okay, so that's essentially what I do. I think it's this one? Yes, but if you just right-click, it'll do the same thing. Anyways, we just want to be out and about. It did say about this area right over here. If we can wall that off, or protect it, we will be fine. Actually, come out here. If we wall this off, we will essentially stop any enemy attacks from reaching us. So, I'll have him do that. Well, I'm paying attention to my villager count, and they stopped, so definitely want to fix that. We go out about. I don't see any sheep, which is odd. Usually you get sheep when you start off, and usually there's sheep around, I think, in random maps. Or, unless I'm thinking about something else. From what little I do know...
mill near your forage bushes.
Yeah, that's something else. Actually...
Sheep are a good source of food. So send them back to your town centre and assign a villager to gather food from them.
Want to have you guys... Oh, come here for a sec. Want to have you guys build me a mill. Yeah, so those guys are essentially trapped, but it also means that they will be gathering resources a lot faster because of the fact that they're right next to the mill. So they don't have to, like, worry about moving around too much.
You can gain more food by building fishing ships. To create fishing ships, have your villagers build a dock in the water to the south.
Yep, there's a lot of things we can do, and right now I'm just focusing on getting villagers, although at this point we definitely should start getting wood. I'll have them go out that way. So the more villagers I have getting me food, the faster I can, the more sustainable my food production can come in, better my food production can come in, the more reliable I can get villagers, the faster I get villagers, the faster I get resources, so on and so forth. I also mentioned building a watchtower. I can't build that right now because we don't have the technology for that, but I'm also facing off against enemy AI, which is not always the smartest. Anyways, I'm going to build that right there, which is perfect because I can get that gold, and that gold pretty easily. These guys are getting me wood. If you actually look over here, research. We can't get it right now. It costs only 100 food and 50 wood. But it makes us chop wood faster. If you see one in here, the horse collar, farms produce more food. Oh, we got housed. And by I mean me. Why you want to try and keep up on building houses. Houses actually can be a decent wall. If you need it. So rather than having built this, we could have used walls. The issue being that, well, these palisade walls are cheap, and if I can easily delete them without worrying about too much about anything. And yeah, just keep on going. We will need to be able to fight off the English, so we will need a military. I think you can get over there, buddy. Never mind, you guys are fine. They are running out of berry bushes, and honestly, I should have had them on the sheep, but considering how these things are going, I think it's fine. I think I'm gonna have you get off of that for right now. Come over here and build me a dock when we get the wood, which we should just have in about a minute or two. Oh, this guy is currently stuck. So just because of how I had that set up, that guy couldn't drop his supplies off because he was blocked by another villager. Now you can get back over there. That's another thing to keep in mind when you're doing all this, and right now I have this guy doing nothing. Because I was thinking I was going to have enough wood. I thought I had more villagers than this getting me wood, but no, I only have the 4 because I took this guy off. There we go. So farms are a very nice way. Actually, can you move closer? Because for whatever reason, it's still red. Very nice. There is naval combat. Can I get this? Yes, I don't know why it's fighting me. But docks can get you a couple of things from fishing ships to... Okay, I don't think I need 9 of you. They can get you fishing ships, they can give you attack ships. The nice thing about fishing ships, what did you... Oh, you came from that. The nice thing about fishing ships is that because they are specifically set up to gather food,
and build a fishing ship.
They essentially act like villagers, and instead of costing food, they cost wood. Wood honestly being a very easy thing to get, so I'm not too worried about that. The more villagers I got getting wood, the more fishing ships I can get. The more fishing ships I get, the more food I can get. My throat is getting dried from all this talking. Funny, I thought I would got used to this by now. Okay, there's a sheep. You're going too far away. Anyways, I'm surprised we haven't gotten attacked yet, but I think we're gonna hold off to advance to the next age.
Click on fishing ship and right-click on a leaping fish. The fishing ship will collect fish and automatically return them to the dock. Fishing ships are also useful for exploring.
Yes, we could use them to explore, but right now they're just gonna be used for getting me food, because I'm out of berry bushes, and this is gonna be my last sheep. But I can advance.
5 militia to defend your villagers and explore the map.
Yeah, although I need more wood for that first, so I'll get back to that.
The English are coming to attack.
Oh no! I didn't set up anything.
You can use the town bell to garrison them in your town centre. Click your town centre, then click town bell. Villagers can also build farms. Build 4 farms near your mill when your forage bushes are depleted. Each farm needs only 1 villager working on it.
He says only needs 1, but it can only have 1. Okay, I think you guys can just take care of the wood around here. Mills, just like the town center, and the lumber camp is just another way of dropping resources off. In this case, it only will drop off wood, compared to this one giving you stone, and this one being gold or... No, gold or stone, and this one giving you wood, not stone. Blah. It did say this one, the town bell. You can ring it. The issue with that being is that you're bringing your villagers inside, which is good because the town center can defend itself. It has 5 attack and a range of 6. But by doing that, you are sacrificing your economy because of the fact that, well, no one's gathering your resources. So you could be in a bad situation. Now, one thing the game does not tell you about is that terrain can actually make a difference in fighting. Being on the high ground is more advantageous.
The feudal age. Concentrate on making some soldiers to fight the enemy. You will need at least 12.
Being on the high ground gives you advantage when fighting, especially when you have... I want to say especially if you have crossbows. I could be... Oh, no, not crossbows, but range weapons. I want to say range weapons have higher attack powers from higher elevations compared to being on a lower elevation. I know how it goes for just normal units, so if I had my character up here fighting up these militia down below, I would have a slight bonus to my attack power. Also, this watchtower, very similar to the guard tower? No. The outpost. And the fact that it can give you line of sight. The difference being that the watchtower can actually fight. It costs 50 wood, so twice the wood, and 125 stone compared to the 5. But honestly, if you're gonna build something, I don't think I ever see anybody building outposts. If anything, I think they're always just building watchtowers because I don't know, it could just be me. I think they're more valuable.
Watchtower will fire on enemy units and help protect your town.
But that's just me. Gonna have these guys build me a couple of barracks. I guess I could also be getting more resources. Now that we're in the feudal age, I can get the horse collar, giving me 75 food, so that my farms last longer before they need to be rebuilt. Because these guys only have so much time. When they run out of food, they need to be reseeded, and reseeding it costs 60 wood. So the same thing as building a farm. I'll get that axe, and we can also get some more villagers going, as well as some research. The real barrel makes our villagers more efficient. They move faster and can carry more. Town watch increases the line of sight of all buildings. So that should also go for this watchtower. And yeah, I've been playing this one slow. Again, that's on me. Unfortunately, just how I play, because I don't always think about it. But yes, definitely should be building more, should be getting militia, should be doing all that. Also, I think this one's new to the Definitive Edition compared to the HD. Research supplies, the militia line costs 15 less food. So instead of costing 60, it'll cost 45 to make.
Keep exploring the map.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck at the moment. We do see stone up that way. Not a bad idea. I don't think I'm going to get that right now. Can we advance to the next age? No, we are stuck in the feudal age, which is perfectly fine. Next up, I'm going to build a blacksmith. Never a bad idea to have multiple. So instead of having one, blacksmith having two. Especially when it comes to upgrades, because I didn't think about that. This one could have given me that one that made my militia cheaper, and the other one could have given me the upgrade for the man-at-arms. While that one is getting me man-at-arms, this one can give me the militia. So it's never a bad idea to have multiple buildings. Fish actually can build you fish traps, which are essentially farms for the ocean. But I don't remember how much they give. I think they could be better. Hold on. Can I build one?
You defeated the English assault. If you have villagers in your town centre, ring the town bell again to send them back to work. Remember, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms at the barracks. You should always upgrade soldiers when you can afford it.
Okay, here we go. Renewable source, similar to farm, but built by fishing ships. Provide a limited amount of food before it collapses and must be rebuilt. Cannot be converted by new monks. So you can build fish traps, but they cost 100 wood. But you can build them right next to a fishing dock, and yes. Okay, so it's the same thing as farms. You can have it be automatic, or you can actually shut them off if you so wish. If you don't want to... if you want to worry or not worry about the wood and all that, I don't see any reason to turn it off, but that's just me. Anyways, let's get some more men-at-arms. If you actually look at this one, they are essentially an all-purpose unit, but main thing is that they're good against buildings and I guess infantry. The spearmen are anti-cavalry, meaning that they're strong against mounted units. But, well, they're infantry, so they're going to be weak against archers, because archers can shoot from range, and these guys have to get close. Right now, we're just going to focus on the men-at-arms. We can't upgrade anymore, but that's fine. Okay, fish traps have a lot of food. I think the issue is that they gather the food very slowly. Can multiple fish at this at one time? No, they cannot. Only one per fish trap. But it does give your fishing ships a bit more to work with, rather than just being, well, there's no more fish, so these guys can just die. They can also get shorefish. It's up to you. Shorefish may be better off for having your villagers actually doing, getting rid of, but yeah. I'll say at this point, I would say we're pretty much good, but we can always actually go to this. Forging. Infantry and cavalry have +1 to the attack. That's very nice. If you're going for, archers, this one down here, the fletching, always a great one to have. It makes your range, so archers, cavalry archers, galleys, castles, and towers have +1 to the attack, but most importantly, +1 to their range. That extra range is honestly extremely valuable. Might be one of the more valuable things. If you're going to be building a military, the thing to take notice is that these guys cost food. Well, this guy costs food and wood. This guy costs food and gold. The spearman is not bad, but I would think he is considered... I believe he's considered a trash unit for the simple fact that he costs more basic resources. That being the wood and the wood and food. I want to say... No, that's not how I thought that was going to go. I want to say anything that requires gold is usually going to be better off. Yeah, you can see they have the same health. This guy has less... This guy has less resistance to arrows, as well as less attack. Just something to keep in mind. We could actually show off the other units. If we go over here, we can build an archery range. And we can also build a stable. I don't know if the stable is going to be the most useful for us right now, but hey, I can show it off, and why not? And since I can show that off, we can also get these upgrades as well. If I had the food. I definitely need to get more villagers farming. Now, something to keep in mind, this is actually very important. When you have villagers who are farming, if they deplete a farm, but see another farm opened up, rather than reseeding the farm that they are on, they will instead just go to the other open farm. So you want to keep that in mind when you're doing stuff like that. I'm going to move that guy over there. These two can move over this way. You are chopping wood, I guess? You can go up here with the other guys, considering that's where the lumber camp is. Now, the annoying thing about, like, this right now is that they have to walk a bit of a way to drop their lumber off. We can always just build more lumber camps, but that costs 100 wood each time we want to do that for that little bit. Again, it's micromanaging. What is the best thing to do is always going to be up to you. Fantastic. You can go over on that. So, archers. Ranged units strong versus units at long range, but weak against skirmishers. So they're weak against, essentially, cavalry, because the cavalry are fast. These guys, the skirmishers, are also strong against the basic archers, but these guys are set up to be anti-archers. So that's kind of why. Considering we're going to be fighting against just basic militia, then that's a bad thing to have. Scouts. Fast cavalry for scouting. Great at fighting. Well, they're weak overall. Good against fighting monks because they're not easily converted, and, well, they're weak against pikemen. If anything, you'd want these guys to essentially fight off archers. Again, the whole rock, paper, scissors thing. I believe, is there also... No, we don't have that one. I thought we did, but oh well. If you're coming off of Age of Mythology, you might think, oh, a market. I'll just build a market and get gold that way. Just build a market, put it over here, have it go to the town center, and get me cash. However, that does not work like that in this game. Simple reason being, you don't transport cash over to... You don't get cash by having the oh my god, brain woke with me. The market, by going to a town center, you have it go from market to market. So, in a situation like this, I cannot do it unless, say, the English have a market that is undefended, and I can just send my units out there to trade.
Now you have a
bit dangerous, but yes, doable.
Charge. Keep your villagers working just in case you suffer casualties and need to make more troops.
Yes, we could do that. So there are options to do that, or I can just hit the delete button, destroy the wall, and my units can now walk through that. Another thing I could do is I can build either a gate or a palisade wall. Essentially, they are the same thing, except one's made out of stone and a lot more durable. The other one's made out of wood, so it's cheaper, but also a lot weaker. When it comes to walls like this, or the gates, you want to be very careful for the simple fact that when the gate is open, anyone can get through. Not just you, but also your enemies can get by. So you could easily try to have your units retreat just to have the enemy also get into there. Also, I don't know if there's any way to separate getting your military and other units from being selected when doing that. If there is, I have to look that up. Anyways, these fishing ships have run out of
Remember to upgrade weapons and
fish that they have seen.
Blacksmith. You do have a blacksmith, don't you?
Yes, thank you for reminding me, and I already did that. You can go out there. Almost got two of them. Ooh, we got a mullen. Yeah, a lot more fish out and about. Honestly, we are perfectly fine. I've been stalling this one for a while now, just trying to get my thoughts together and whatnot. Population cap, I want to say, when it comes to these missions, is at 75. So if we actually tell these guys to build me 2 houses real quick, well, about as quick as it can be to actually build a house. We'll see that I'm at 70 now. That one will get me to 75, and the other one should take me to 80. Also, again, attack to move is a good one to have. We'll tell them to destroy that, even though they don't have to.
You know what to do. Knock
Yep.
it down.
There we go, 75, 75. That is honestly the most annoying thing to me when it comes to the campaign, is that unless there's something I'm missing, there's no way to do it.
Better not knock down this wall until you have an army of about 12 soldiers.
I think we're fine. Ultras, would you mind going out that way? You guys destroy that. I won't lie, I really like the destruction animation for that kind of stuff. Anyways, my archers can shoot from range. Also, I'm going to tell them to stand their ground. Another thing that can be done. We can tell them to be aggressive, which means that they will attack anybody and everything that they find along the way. Defensive means that they'll follow a little bit before moving up out of the way. These two are fighting somehow through the wall. Stand your ground, which means that they will just stand where they are. They won't move. And do nothing means that, well, they do nothing. Which I don't know of any reason to have that. I would say aggressive is the most basic way of looking at things.
Don't forget.
But you do want to keep your eye on things. I would say aggressive and defensive are usually your best. Otherwise, if you're going to use archers, then maybe stand your ground is the preferred option. Anyways, we got these guys. They have a watchtower, so we do need to be a little bit careful.
Good job. You have eliminated the English soldiers.
These guys can go out and about, taking care of these guys.
Tower, and our victory will be complete.
So the thing about the watchtower, it is only able to hit from range. It can't hit directly below it. So essentially, as long as these guys are there, they're fine. And yet, with this tower being defeated, we have won this campaign. Well, not the campaign, but we've run this mission in the campaign. So next time, when we come back, we'll be moving on to the next mission of William Wallace.
The Battle of Stirling is sure to end in victory for the Scots. Now that you know how to build up, advance through the ages, and find and fight your enemies, you have all the basic skills you need to play a random map game. The most common type of game in Age of Empires 2. Stirling was our first great victory. Even as we held the coastline, word arrived that Stirling Bridge had been held by a force of Scots led by the mythical knight of whom so many have spoken. Now we know his name. Sir William Wallace, the bane of the English. Edward Longshanks names Wallace a traitor and a criminal. Sir William replies he cannot be a traitor, for he never swore fealty to an English king. With Wallace leading our armies, the men fight with renewed vigour. Perhaps the tide of our misfortunes is about to turn.